right, guys. We're getting started right now. We're going to begin our first race. Modified buggy, you guys will be up first. Stock buggy, heat 2. Jim Anderson, Justin Olds, Thomas Andre, Mason McCombs, and Nelson Marsh. You are my turn marshals. Mod buggy, Mike McFarland, Aaron Smith, J.R. Mitch, Paul Wynn, Billy Easton. You are my drivers. Race number 1 out of 4, round 1. And yes, the camera's working. We are live on YouTube this week. I'll put an extra minute since the when you taking them down to Tampa, Grandpa? Oh. So you've been in contact with him about it, Grandpa? Can I answer the question? right, guys, let's slow him down. Let's slow him down. Let's bring him on up behind the line. All right, guys. Thank you, Mason, for that late blow. Modified buggy, race number 1 out of 4. Let's do this. Mike McFarland, you are going on the horn in less than 5. Aaron. JR. Paul. Billy. And we're off. Race number 1 out of 4. Modified buggy. Round number 1. Caution down the back straight. We're clear. And right now it is Paul Wynn leading them on with a pace of 18 laps and 5:16. Mike McFarland in that second spot on a 17-lap 5:04 pace. J.R. Mitch in the third spot. 17 laps and 5:06 is his pace. And now J.R. Mitch up into the second spot. Aaron in third. Mike McFarland down in the fourth. And Billy in fifth. 1 down, less than 4 to go. Paul Wynn with a 17.5 coming in lap number 2. And last lap for Paul was a 17.6. Aaron Smith, though, with a 17.4 last lap. It is the fastest lap in this race, 17.431. And Paul Wynn, 17.470. So that was close. 3:20 to go. Aaron Smith in that second spot follows it with a 17.3. So right now, Paul and Aaron are battling it out. And J.R. Mitch in the third spot. J.R. right now 4 seconds back, off a second behind Aaron. And Billy in that fourth spot. Billy Easton with a 16.9 last lap. 3 minutes to go. 2 down, 3 to go. It still is Paul, Aaron, J.R. Mitch, Billy, and Mike McFarland. J.R. Mitch in the second spot right now is 3 seconds back, off a second behind Aaron. And now 1/10 of a second back behind him. .230 to go. J.R. Mitch, last lap, 16.7, and moves up into the second spot. And Aaron down into third. And right now we're at that 2-minute mark. 2 minutes to go, guys. Up next will be Independent Stock Buggy. Christian Smith, Kevin Abbott, Eric Olds, Thomas Andre, Joel, Mike Olds, and Brian Duncan, a.k.a. Hollywood. And Aaron right now is 1 second back off of J.R. Mitch for second. 1:30 to go. Last lap for Paul, 17.6. JR, 17.3. And Aaron, last lap, 17.2. Billy Easton at fourth spot. Last lap, 16.9. And right now we're coming up on that 1 minute mark. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. Paul Wynn on an 18-lap 5:16 pace. JR on a 17-lap 5:04 pace. And Aaron Smith on a 17-lap 5:05 pace. 1 second back off of JR for a second. Billy on a 16-lap pace, and Mike McFarland on a 15-lap pace. 35 seconds. Five seconds. Race is over. Keep going until I tell you you're done. Mike McFarland, you're done. Aaron, you're done. Billy, you're done. And track is hot. Track is hot. And Paul, you're done. Paul Wynn takes victory, sets early TQ, 18 laps in 5:17. Aaron Smith coming in second, 17 laps in 5:06. And Bill Easton coming in third, 16 laps in 5 flat. All right. That is it for race number 1. Right now it's race number 2. Independent Stock Buggy. Yes, Joel, the sheet's out there. Race is race 2. Thanks, buddy. Hold on 1 second, just make sure. Yeah, we'll put Christian. There we go. Yes, sir. Yes. There you go. There you go. Yep. I just need Kevin to check in and Joel. There's Kevin. All right, guys, let's get them all gridded up. You guys can get a lap down if you need to. right, we just pull it up here behind this line, white line over here. Right in that first turn would be great. You guys can bring it up a little closer if you want. There we go. All right, guys, let's do this. Guys, bring it up a little closer. In the back. Kevin, everybody pulled up. All right, guys, let's do this. Independent stock buggy, race number 2 out of 4. Christian Smith, you are going on the horn in less than 5. Kevin. Eric. Thomas. Joel. Mike. And Brian. And we're off. Race number 2 out of 4. Round number 1. Get another lap down, I'll go in the race order. And right now we're coming up on that 1 down and 4 to go. Thomas Andre right now, there he is at the 4-minute mark. Thomas Andre right now is in the lead on a 16-lap 5:01 pace. Brian Duncan in second on a 16-lap 5:17 pace. Eric Olds in the third spot on a 16-lap 5:19 pace, 2 seconds back behind Brian Duncan, now up into the lead. Eric Olds in second, Thomas Andre in third, Kevin Abbott in fourth, Joel in fifth, Mike Olds in sixth, and I guess Christian is out. Thomas Andre right now in the third. Now moves up in the second. Last lap, 18.4. That is the fastest lap in this race so far. And Thomas Andre follows with 18.2. And now up into the lead. Brian Duncan down in the second and Eric in third. And we got 2 down, less than 3 to go. Kevin Abbott 2 seconds back off of third behind Eric Olds. And Joel in that 6th spot. Only 6 seconds back off of fifth behind Mike. .230 to go. It is Brian, Eric, and Thomas. That's your 3. Eric Olds in the 2nd spot, 7 seconds back off of first behind Brian. And Thomas Andre in the 3rd spot, 3 seconds back off of second behind Eric. And it looks like Christian now is back out. Caution over the double. And we're clear. We're at the 2-minute mark, guys. 2 minutes to go. It is Brian, Eric, Thomas, Mike, Kevin, and Joel. That's the running order. Brian Duncan right now, you're a leader on a 15-lap 5-flat pace. Eric Olds in second on a 15-lap 5:07 pace. And Thomas Andre now moves up in the second on a 15-lap 5:04 pace. Eric Olds down in the third on a 15-lap 5:16 pace with 1:30 to go. Up next will be Heat 1 out of 2, Stock Buggy, Mike McFarland, Vince McMahon, Aaron Smith, and Anthony Smith. And right now we got one minute to go. It is Brian Duncan. Thomas in second. Eric in third. Mike Olds in fourth. Kevin in fifth. Joel in the sixth spot. And Christian in that seventh spot. 25 seconds. Five seconds. Race is over. Keep going until I tell you you're done. Keep going. Keep going. Kevin Abbott, you're done. Eric, you're done. Brian, you're done. Thomas, you're done. Thomas, Brian, Eric, Mike, Kevin, you're done. And just waiting for... Is everybody done? And everybody's done. Thomas Andre taking the victory. 16 laps in 5:16, setting an early TQ. Hollywood coming in second, 15 laps in 5:02. Eric Olds in the third spot, 15 laps in 5:08, followed by Mike, Kevin, Joel, and Christian. Got to have race. Just need Anthony to check in. There we go. Hey, Christian, if you want to get over here in the top of this turn here, that'll be perfect. All right, guys, let's get him gridded up in the back. Let's get him gridded up. You're good. All right, race number 3 out of 4. This is heat number 1 in stock buggy, round 1. Mike McFarland, looks like turn marshals are ready, drivers ready. Mike McFarland, you're going on a horn in less than 5. Vince, Aaron, Anthony, And we're off. Race number 3. Heat 1, stock buggy. Right now it is Anthony Smith lead them on a 17-lap 5:07 pace. Aaron Smith in that second spot on a 16-lap 5:05 pace. One down, less than 4 to go. Vince in the third spot on a 16-lap 5:09 pace, and Mike McFarland in the fourth spot on a 15-lap 5:17 pace. And Vince now moves up in the second. Aaron down in the third. Anthony Smith last lap 17.9. Mike McFarland does have the fastest lap in this race in lap number 1 with a 17.7. Currently, right now, he's in fourth. Aaron last lap 18.2 and moves up in the second. Mike down now in the third. Vince in fourth. This is going to be a should be a good main. And right now we're at that 3-minute mark. 2 down, 3 to go. Anthony Smith, last lap, 17.6. And he also does have the fastest lap in this race in lap number 5 with a 17.4. Aaron Smith, last lap, 18.2. Mike in the third spot, 18.3. And Vince in that fourth spot with 18.8. Right now, Anthony is the one with a 17-lap 5:03 pace. Aaron and Mike on a 16-lap pace. And Vince in fourth on a 15-lap pace. Mike McFarland in the third spot is now only 13 seconds off of Aaron for second. Mike McFarland last lap with a 17.7. Anthony also follows that with a 17.7. Less than 2 to go. Less than 2 to go. Up next is race 4 out of 4. Heat number 2. Stock buggy. Get them on ready. Be Jim Anderson, Justin Olds, Thomas Andre, Mason McCombs, and Nelson Marsh. You guys will be up next. And Aaron Smith right now 3 seconds back off of his brother Anthony. Both Anthony and Aaron right now on a 17-lap pace. Anthony with a 17.7. Mike McFarland now Aaron out of the 17-lap club on a 16-lap 5:05 pace, and Mike McFarland 3 seconds now behind Aaron for second. And Mike McFarland last lap 17.6. And we're at that 1-minute mark. Mike now only 1 second back behind Aaron. And Mike follows with another 17.6. And there it is. Mike McFarland now moves up in the second. And Aaron Smith down in the third. And Aaron Smith with a 17.9 takes it right back. Now back up in the second. 35 seconds. Fifteen seconds. Mike, you're done. Race is over, guys. Keep going until I tell you you're done. Vince, you're done. Mike McFarland, you're done. Just waiting for Anthony. There he is right there. Track is hot. And Anthony, you're done. Anthony Smith taking victory, setting early TQ, 17 laps in 5:13. Mike McFarland coming in second with 16 laps in 5:03. Aaron Smith coming in third, 16 laps and 5:06. And Vince finishing fourth, 15 laps and 5:02. That is it for heat number 1. Added to Stock Buggy. This is now race number 4, heat number 2, Stock Buggy. Not now. Not now. All right, everybody is all checked in. Got my turn marshals out there. All right, guys, let's get him gridded up to the back or behind the line here. All right. Stock Buggy, heat number 2. Time to beat is 17 laps in 5:13, set by Anthony Smith in the last race. That will be the time to beat. Jim Anderson, you are going on the horn in less than 5. Justin Olds. Thomas Andre. Mason McCombs. And Nelson Marsh. And we are off. Race number 4, heat number 2, round 1. Last race of the first round. Remember, time to beat, 17 laps, 5:13. Set by Anthony Smith in the last race, so that will be the time to beat. And waiting for another lap to go down, and I'll go into the race order. One down and less than 4 to go. It's Mason McCombs in that first spot on a 17-lap 5:01 pace. And currently right now 12 seconds ahead of the TQ. Set by Anthony Smith in round 1. Race heat number 1. Jim Anderson in the second spot on a 17-lap 5:12 pace, 1 second above the TQ. And Thomas Andre in the third spot on a 16-lap 5:06 pace, and Nelson Marsh in the fourth spot on a 16-lap 5:17 pace. And it looks like Justin is out. Just had to confirm that. And right now, we're now coming up on that 2 down, 3 to go. It's still Mason, Jim, Thomas, and Nelson. Mason McCombs last lap with a 17.49. Jim Anderson, last lap 17.7. You do have the fastest lap in this race with a 17.41. And Mason McCombs right now on an 18-lap 5:17 pace. Mason McCombs is the one with the white buggy with the blue tape in the window. Jim is the one with the clear windows. And still Mason, Jim, Nelson, Marsh up in the third, and Thomas down in the fourth. Nelson last lap 18.4. Currently right now on a 16-lap 5:15 pace, and Mason McCombs now back down to a 17-lap pace. And less than 2 to go. Jim Anderson now in second. He is now only 4 seconds back off of first behind Mason. And now Mason now ahead of Jim by 9 seconds. $1:30 to go. 1:30 to go. Mason, Jim, Nelson, and Thomas. That's the running order. Mason right now 11 seconds ahead of the original TQ set by Anthony Smith in round 1, heat 1. Jim Anderson is 1 second above the TQ, ahead of it. And it looks like Nelson had to pull it off. So right now we're down to 3. And right now we got less than 1 to go. $35 seconds. Mason last lap 17.9. Jim last lap 17.5. And Thomas last lap 19 flat. 20 seconds. $10 seconds. 5 seconds. Race is over. Keep going until I tell you you're done. Jim, you're done. Mason, you're done. Track is hot. Track is hot. Right there. There he is. All right. And Thomas Andre, you're done. Everybody's done. Mason McCombs taking victory, setting new early TQ with a 17 lap 5:13. Jim Anderson coming in second, 17 laps 5:09. And Thomas Andre third, 15 laps and 5:17. All right, guys, that's it for round 1. We'll have a shutdown for 20 minutes. At 8:05, we'll go into round 2. Track is open for practice. Remember, go see Miss Heidi for any snack, food, drinks. Please take care of her on tips. She does work on tips. The track is open for practice. If anybody wants to come get the sheets, I got to do something in here. Somebody wants to put up the sheets? Thanks. right, guys. Race number 1 out of 4, round 2. Let's get it started. Race number 1 will be Mod Buggy, Open Buggy. Be Paul Wynn, Aaron Smith, Billy Easton, Mike McFarland, J.R. Mitch. Term marshals will be Jim Anderson, Justin Olds, Thomas Andre, Mason McCombs, and Nelson Marsh. All right, guys, let's get him gridded up to the back. Let's get him gridded up over there on behind the line. All right, guys. Looks like turn marshal ready, driver's ready. All right, time to beat is 18 laps in 5:17, set by Paul Wynn in the last round. Modified Buggy Race 1, Paul Wynn. You are going on the horn in less than 5. Aaron. Billy. Mike. JR. And we're off. Race number 1 out of 4. Round 2. Mod Buggy member. Time to beat 18 laps in 5:17. And right now we're coming up on that 1 down, 4 to go. There we are, 4 minutes to go. Paul Wynn right now in the lead on 18 lap 5:16 pace. He is now 1 second above his TQ. Billy Easton, though, right behind him on an 18-lap 5:16 pace as well. And Billy Easton now just took the lead. Paul Wynn in second. J.R. Mitch in the third spot on a 17-lap 5:03 pace. Mike in fourth on a 17-lap 5:11 pace. And Aaron in fifth on a 17-lap 5:17 pace. Paul Wynn now back up into the lead. And he is 1 second above Billy. Billy right now in second. And Billy Easton with that 16.9 takes the lead right now. And Paul Wynn last lap 17.4. Paul Wynn right now 2 seconds back behind Billy Easton. Both 1 and 2. Billy Easton and Paul Wynn are above the TQ. And right now we're at that 2 minutes down, 3 minutes to go. Billy Easton last lap with a 16.7. J.R. Mitch now moves up into second with that 17 flat. Paul Wynn in third. Last lap for Paul, 17.1. All three right now, Billy Easton, J.R. Mitch, and Paul Wynn are all on an 18-lap pace. And Billy Easton, J.R. Mitch right now ahead of the original TQ. And Paul Wynn back in front of the TQ by 1 second. He's currently right now in third. And with that crash, moves up J.R. Mitch into the lead. Billy Easton falls down into third. And right now we're at that 2 minute mark. Paul Wynn in second. He is right now 2 seconds back behind J.R. Mitch. 1:45 to go. Up next will be Independent Stock Buggy. Christian Smith, Kevin Abbott, Eric Olds, Thomas Andre, Joel, Mike Olds, and Brian Duncan. Joel, come pull your transponder up. Well, hold on. Christian. Okay, here's that one. Christian, take that. And right now we are coming up on that 1 minute mark. It's still JR, Paul, and Billy. That's the running order. 1 minute to go. Paul Wynn in second, 2 seconds back off the leader behind J.R. Mitch. Now 1 second. Currently right now, J.R. Mitch and Paul Wynn are ahead of the TQ. Paul Wynn in second. He is 2 seconds ahead of it. And J.R. Mitch 3 seconds. "30 seconds. Paul Wynn 1 second back behind the leader. 10 seconds. Race is over. Keep going until I tell you you're done. Paul, you're done. Mike McFarland, you're done. Billy Easton, you're done. Aaron Smith, you're done. And track is hot. And J.R. Mitch, you are done. J.R. Mitch, 18 laps and 5:22, finished the race in first. Paul Wynn still holds that TQ. Paul Wynn coming in second with 17 laps and 5:02, and Billy Easton coming in third, 17 laps and 5:08. Aaron in fourth, and Mike in that fifth spot. right, just waiting. I need my transponders back from that last race. Tour marshals should be, let's see, we got JR, Paul. Need Mike McFarland, Aaron Smith, and Billy Easton's out there. There we go. Thanks, buddy. All right, guys, let's get him up behind the line. All right, let's see. Joel, move it up a little bit. Let's move it up closer, guys. There we go. All right, time to beat is 16 laps, 5:16, set by Thomas Andre in round number 1. That was the last round. This is race number 2 out of 4. This is our independent stock buggy. Thomas Andre, you are going on the horn in less than 5. Brian Duncan, Eric Olds, Mike Olds, Kevin Abbott, Joel, and Christian. And we're off. Caution going over the first double. There we go. And we're off in race number 2 out of 4. As soon as you guys put a few laps down, or a couple laps down, I'll go in the race order. Caution going over the first double here in front of the driver's stand, and we're clear. And right now we got one down, less than 4 to go. It is Eric Olds right now in the lead on a 16-lap, 5:14 pace, and Eric Olds right there is 2 seconds above the TQ. Kevin Abbott in the second spot on a 15-lap, 5:08 pace, and Kevin now down in the 4th. Thomas Andre moves up in the second on a 15-lap, 5:10 pace. Hollywood in 3rd on a 15-lap, 5:20 pace. And now Hollywood now up in the 2nd. Kevin Abbott now in the 3rd. Thomas Andre falls down in the 4th. Mike Olds in 5th. Christian Smith in 6th. And Joel in 7th. 3:15 to go. Eric Olds right now is 2 seconds still ahead of the original TQ set in round number 1. And we're now at that 3-minute mark. Caution in front of the driver's stand. We're clear. 2:30 to go, 2:30 to go. It's still Eric, Kevin, Mike Olds, and now Mike Olds in third. Christian Smith moving up into the fourth spot. Thomas Andre down in the sixth. Joel in seventh. And Christian go down in the fourth. And Brian, Duncan, Hollywood now up in the fourth. Eric Olds right now 1/10 back behind the original TQ. And it looks like Christian is coming out. And right now we got less than 2 to go. Less than 2 to go. Eric Olds last lap with a 19.9. Followed it with a 20.2. And is 1 second back behind the TQ. Mike Olds in that second spot. He's on a 15-lap 5:16 pace. Mike Olds last lap with 18.9. Kevin Abbott in that third spot on a 15-lap 5:19 pace. Brian Duncan in fourth on a 14-lap pace. Thomas on a 14. And Joel on 11th. Less than 1 to go, guys. Less than 1 to go. It is still Eric, Kevin, Brian, Thomas. We got caution right here in the first turn, and we're clear. $15 seconds up next. Stock Buggy Heat number 1 out of 2. Mike McFarland, Vince McMahon, Aaron Smith, and Anthony Smith. Five seconds. Race is over. Keep going until I tell you you're done. Thomas, you're done. Keep going. Eric Olds, you're done. Brian, you're done. Track is hot, guys. Track is hot. Kevin, you're done. And there we go. And Joel, you are done. Eric Olds taking a victory. 15 laps in 5:06. Thomas Andre holds the TQ. Brian Duncan coming in second with 15 laps in 5:11. Kevin Abbott third, 15 laps in 5:17. Thomas in fourth, and Joel taking the fifth spot. Thank you. All right, looks like my turn marshal's ready. My driver's ready. Let's slow him down. Let's bring him up behind this line over here. All right, looks like we're ready to rock. Stock Buggy Heat 1 out of 2. This is race number 3 in round 2. Mason McCombs holds the early TQ with 17 laps and 5:02, so that will be the time to beat. Anthony Smith, you are going on the horn in less than 5. Mike. Aaron. Vince. And we are off. Heat 1 and Stock Buggy. Remember, time to beat, 17 laps and 5:02. And right now we are coming up on that 1 minute down, 4 minutes to go. Anthony Smith right now in the lead on a 17-lap 5:01 pace. He is right now 1 second ahead of the TQ. And we have less than 4 to go. Vince in the second spot. Now Mike McFarland in the second spot. Vince McMahon in that third spot. Anthony Smith last lap with a 17.8. His fastest lap in this race is a 17.4 coming in lap number 2. Mike McFarland in that second spot on a 16-lap 5:14 pace. Aaron in third on a 15-lap 5:02 pace. Vince in the fourth spot on a 14-lap pace. 3:30 to go. Last lap for Anthony Smith, 17.5. Followed with 17.7. And right now he is currently 7 seconds back behind the TQ. He was over 11 seconds. We got 2 down, less than 3 to go, less than 3 to go. And currently right now it's Anthony Smith, Mike McFarland, Aaron Smith, and Vince McMahon. That's the running order. Aaron in that third spot, 2 seconds back. Off of second behind Mike, but with that 17.6, Mike McFarland just landed in that last lap. Puts him up 6 seconds over Aaron Smith now. Anthony Smith last lap with a 17.8. Mike McFarland last lap 18.5. And we got 3 down, less than 2 to go. Up next will be heat number 2, Stock Buggy. Jim Anderson, Justin Olds, Thomas Andre, Mason McCombs, and Nelson Marsh. $130 to go, $130 to go. And right now we are coming up on that 1 minute mark. One minute to go, guys. 1 minute to go. It's still Anthony, Mike, Vince, and Aaron. That's the running order. 30 seconds. We got one on the pipe here, one on the pipe. $15 seconds. Race is over. Keep going until I tell you you're done. Keep going. Mike McFarland, you're done. Anthony, you're done. Vince, you're done. And Aaron, you're done. Anthony Smith taking victory, 17 laps and 5:21. Mike McFarland coming in second with 16 laps, 5:13. Vince third, 15 laps, 5:11. And Aaron finishing fourth with 14 laps in 5:20. All right, guys, let's slow them up. Let's slow them up. Let's bring them up to the front. No, 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 no. I need a chair. Never mind. It's not worth it. Stock buggy race number 404, heat number 2. Time to beat 17 laps in 5:02, set by Mason McCombs in round 1. Mason McCombs, you are going on the horn in less than 5. Jim, Thomas, Nelson, and Justin. And we're off. Race 4 out of 4. Heat number 2. Time to beat 17 laps in 5:02. Caution in front of the driver's stand. And we're clear. And right now, it is Mason McCombs in the lead on an 18-lap 5:17 pace. Now a 17-lap 5:04 pace. And we got one down and 4 to go. Jim Anderson in second. Jim right now 2 seconds back behind Mason for the lead. Last lap for Jim Anderson was a 17.5. Nelson Marsh up into the third spot. Last lap 17.9. And Nelson Marsh now moves down in the fourth with Thomas Andre now up in the third. Jim Anderson now up into the lead. It is Jim Anderson, Mason McCombs, Thomas Andre, Nelson Marsh, and Justin Olds. That is your running order with 3:30 to go. And right now we're at that 3-minute mark. 3 minutes to go. It's Jim Anderson, Mason battling it out for the lead for the leader. It's Jimmy up in that front spot. Mason in the second spot. Mason McCombs 3 seconds back off the leader behind Jim. Jim Anderson with that last lap with a 17.9. Thomas Andre in the third spot. Nelson in fourth and Justin Olds in fifth. 2:30 to go. Mason McCombs with a 17.4. And he is 2 seconds back behind Jim. Jim Anderson is 3 seconds back off the TQ. And Mason McCombs now 1 second back behind Jim. And right now we got less than 2 to go. Less than 2 to go. Jim Anderson 17.6 last lap. Mason McCombs 17.7. Thomas Andre last lap with a 19.6. Currently in the third spot. Nelson with an 18.1. And Justin Olds with a 17.8. And Jim Anderson last lap 17.8 and Mason McCombs 17.5, so they're neck and neck. And right now, Mason McCombs is now only 1/10 of a second back behind Jim. And right now we're at that 1 minute mark. And both Jim and Mason are 2 seconds back behind the TQ. And there it is. Mason McCombs now moves up into the lead. Jim Anderson right now in second, only 1/10 of a second back behind the leader. Fifteen seconds. And Nelson Marsh now moves up into the third spot with that 17.8 for Nelson Marsh. Justin Olds in fourth and Thomas down in the fifth. And the race is over. Keep going until I tell you you're done. And Mason, you're done. Mason, that last lap, 17.3. Jim Anderson, you're done. Thomas, you're done. And just waiting for Nelson and Justin. And Nelson, you're done. And Justin, you are done. Mason McCombs takes the victory. 17 laps in 5:03. 1 second back behind his original TQ, but he still holds the TQ from round one. Jim Anderson, the second spot, 17 laps in 5:08. Nelson Marsh in third, 16 laps, 5:15. Justin fourth, and Thomas fifth. All right, guys, that's it. It is at 9:05. We're going to go into the mains. Track is open for practice, but we will blow it off before we start. Also, guys, Miss Heidi is there. Go see her before she closes up. Also, Hobby Shop, if you got any tabs, come pay it now. Hobby Shop will be closing in a few minutes. does somebody want to come get the mains? right, guys, we're going to get this show on the road here. Excuse me. My drivers are going to be Paul Wynn, J.R. Mitch, Aaron Smith, Billy Easton, and Mike McFarland. Let's see. There you go. You got to come here. I can't hear you. Huh? For Joey. All right, term marshals are going to be Mason McCombs, Jim Anderson, Anthony Smith, Nelson Marsh, Justin Olds, Vince. I'm just waiting for Billy to check in. All right, guys, let's get him gridded up. With the TQ in round one, with 18 laps and 5:17, it's Mr. Paul Wynn. In that second spot's going to be J.R. Mitch. In the third spot's going to be Aaron Smith. In the fourth spot's going to be Billy Easton. In the fifth spot's going to be Mike McFarland. All right, drivers are ready. Mason's coming out. Turn marshals are ready. Everyone on the horn. Less than 5. And we're off in this 5-minute modified buggy. And right there, J.R. Mitch pulls the inside and now up in the lead. It is J.R. Mitch, Paul Wynn, Aaron Smith, and Billy Easton. That's your 4. And Mike McFarland right behind them as well. And Billy Easton now moves up into the third spot. And he is upside down, but he is now clear. Aaron Smith now right behind Billy Easton. Paul Wynn coming up behind J.R. Mitch. There's your leader right there going down the back straight, and Paul Wynn right behind him. And J.R. Mitch right now only just a couple seconds. And Aaron now moves down into the 5th spot with that crash. And Mike McFarland moves up in the 4th. Your leader right there is Mr. J.R. Mitch in the red right there. And Paul Wynn in the black. 3:40 to go. 3:40 to go. So 1 and 2 right there going down the straight. Here they are. Paul Wynn coming up right behind J.R. Mitch. And Mike McFarland moves up in the 3rd. And Billy Easton right behind him trying to take the inside. Billy Easton goes over him and now up and back in the 3rd. And there it is, your battle between 1 and 2. And then 3 and 4. Billy Easton and Mike McFarland now going down the back straight. And with 3 minutes to go, it is J.R. Mitch right now, your leader. Paul Wynn right there, a few seconds back behind him. Oh, and Billy Easton caught the top of that jump. And Mike McFarland now catches up. 2:35 to go. And J.R. Mitch there is your leader on the back straight. Oh, that was Mike McFarland. Sorry, got the wrong car. And Aaron Smith now back out. Dexter had to make some adjustments. And your leader, Mike McFarland, coming up right behind you. There you go. Less than 2 to go. Less than 2 to go. And caution in the first turn here. Caution in the first turn. And we're clear. And Paul Wynn just about 5 seconds back off the leader. $1:30 to go. And caution here in the first turn. We are clear. It is J.R. Mitch, Paul Wynn, Billy Easton, Mike McFarland, Aaron Smith. And right now, we're now at that 1 minute mark. Caution right there, and we're clear. Less than 1 to go, less than 1 to go. Caution over the first double here. Oh, and we got Paul Wynn now coming up behind J.R. Mitch, getting a little closer. 30 seconds to go. Independent Stock Buggy, you guys are up next. In 10 seconds, this will be the last lap for JR and Paul. 5 seconds, and there we go. And there he is. J.R. Mitch coming around here, and when he crosses, taking the victory. Oh, Paul Wynn taking second. And track is hot, track is hot. And Aaron Smith, you're done. Everybody's done. J.R. Mitch taking the victory. Paul Wynn coming in second. And let's see here. And Billy Easton taking that third. right, caution this little double right here. Caution this little double right here. Turn marshals are going to be Paul Wynn, J.R. Mitch, Aaron Smith, Billy Easton, and Mike McFarland. Yeah. Yeah, I said might as well you just use that, you know. All right, looks like we got our turn marshals just waiting for Joel to check in. Gotcha. One minute grace for Joel. All right, let's at least get him gridded up, and we'll wait for Joel to get in here. All right, guys. In that first spot, in round number 1 with a qualifying time of 16 laps and 5:16, it'll be Thomas Andre. In the second spot, it's going to be Mr. Hollywood, Brian Duncan. In the third spot, it's going to be Eric Olds. In the fourth spot, it's going to be Kevin Abbott. In the fifth spot, it's going to be Mike Olds. In the sixth spot, it will be Joel. And in the seventh spot, it's going to be Christian Smith. Hey, Kevin, you're in the 4th spot, man. Oh, okay. He's out? Okay. All right, guys, let's get him gridded up. Okay, so it's going to be Thomas, Brian, Eric, Kevin, Mike, and Christian. That's the running order. You want to stay there, Kevin? Okay. All right. Independent stock buggy, race 2 out of 3. Everyone on the horn in less than 5. And we're off. Oh, and right immediately, Brian Duncan now moves up into the lead. Eric Olds in the 2nd spot. I think that's Eric. Yep. There they are, 1 and 2. That's Brian Duncan. Mr. Hollywood up in the lead. And Eric Olds right behind him. And Mike Olds in the 3rd. But Christian Smith, oh, and they get tangled up. So Kevin Abbott now moves up into the 3rd spot. And there's your battle right there between 1 and 2. That is Brian Duncan in the green, Eric Olds in the blue and red. They are 1 and 2 down the back straight. And Thomas Andre and Mike Olds are battling out right now for 3rd. There's Thomas Andre right there. Mike Olds right behind him. And Mike Olds moves up into the 3rd spot. I don't know. Hobby shop. Is the hobby shop open, Danny? $3:15 to go, guys. $3:15 to go. When I'm in this, I'm in. And there's your leaders right there, 1 and 2. That is Brian Duncan and Eric Olds right there. Those are your 1 and 2. And it looks like, sorry guys, I had a bunch of people come in the office here and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Wish we had a separate. $2:30 to go. $2:30 to go. It is Brian, Eric, Mike Olds in the 3rd, Thomas Andre in the 4th, and Kevin in the 5th, and Christian in that 6th spot. And that is there's a battle right there between 1 and 2. That is your battle between Hollywood Mr. Brian Duncan and Eric Olds. There he is. That's Mr. Hollywood right here. In that green and yellow. And Mr. Eric Olds in the 2nd spot with that dark blue and red. 1:30 to go, guys. 1:30 to go. Oh, and Eric got tangled up. So Mr. Hollywood right now, let's see who this is because it looks like, yeah, Thomas Andre and Eric Olds have like the similar, less than 1 to go. Oh, Eric right there on the truck. He is in traffic, and he is now finally out. 45 seconds to go. So right now, Brian Duncan is pretty much in cruise control with 40 seconds to go. There's your leader right there in the green and the light green. Up next will be race 3. That will be Stock Buggy, Mason McCombs, Jim Anderson, Anthony Smith, Mike McFarland, Aaron Smith, Nelson Marsh, Justin Olds, Vince McMahon, and Thomas Andre. You guys will be up in 10 seconds. Race is over. Keep going until I tell you you're done. Oh, Eric, you're done. Sorry. And Mike, you're done. And Mr. Brian Duncan, Mr. Hollywood taking the victory. Eric coming in second. Mike coming in third. Thomas fourth. Kevin coming in fifth. Remember, I do need transponders back. Hey, Dexter, can you have one of them bring me that transponder when you get a chance? So I don't forget. Turn marshals are going to be, let's see, Brian Duncan, Eric Olds. There we go. Kevin Abbott. Mike Olds, you're down there. Joel and Christian. We're in it. All right, who else? I'm looking. We got everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's get them done, guys. Here we go. Let's get them gridded up. In round 1 with a qualifying time of 17 laps and 5:02, Mr. Mason McCombs. In the second spot, it is Jim Anderson. In the third spot, it's going to be Anthony Smith. In the fourth spot, it's going to be Mike McFarland. In the fifth, Aaron Smith. In the sixth, Nelson Marsh. In the seventh, it's going to be Justin Olds. In the eighth spot, Vince McMahon. And in that final spot, it's going to be Mr. Angry Thomas Andre. All right. All right, guys, stock buggy. This is going to be a big one. All right, stock buggy, race 3. Last race for Thursday Night Thunder. Here we go. Everyone on the horn in less than 5. And we're off. Mason right there's your leader. He is in the blue or the white buggy with the blue tape in the windows. Jim Anderson in the white with the clear windows. And Anthony Smith is upside down. And that is going to move up. It is Aaron Smith right in the third. Oh, we have an issue. And right. And there's your right there, your leaders 1 and 2 going down that straight right here. Mason McCombs in the lead. And right now we got 1 down and 4 to go. And Aaron Smith in that third. He's right there in the blue with the flames. Justin Olds in the black. Mike McFarland in that 5th. Thomas Andre in the 6th. Anthony in the 7th. Vince in the 8th. And Nelson in that 9th. Oh, and we got one in the... And Mason right there in the lead. Oh, and Jim Anderson got into a wreck, but he was saved by the turn marshal that moves up. Mason McCombs just a little bit on the time. And Justin Olds right behind Aaron trying to get up in the third. We have one on the pipe. That is Thomas Andre. And then we are now coming up on that 3-minute mark. 3 minutes to go. And Mason McCombs was in that little wreck right there. So if Jim Anderson, he is caught in traffic. You're second right there in the white with the clear windows. But you're a leader right there in the all white with the blue tape in the windows. That is Mr. Mason McCombs. And Justin Olds now moves up into the second spot. Anthony Smith in the third. And Aaron in the 4th. Aaron now up in the 3rd. Anthony down in the 4th. And right there. Oh, and Anthony went over the pipe, but now he is clear. Coming up on his brother right now. Oh, and he caught the pipe. So, him and Mike McFarland got into a little... Mike inside the middle. And right now we're less than 2 to go. It is Mason, Justin, Aaron, Nelson, Vince McMahon, Mike McFarland, Anthony Smith, Thomas Andre. And it looks like Jim is out. $1:30 to go. Mason right now pretty much in cruise control. I don't know, but he's in the middle there. He's upside down. You're a leader upside down with Justin coming up right behind him. And now we have a battle with less than 1 to go. Justin Olds right behind Mason McCombs. And there they go. They're coming up on traffic. Justin Olds in the black with the green stripes. And they're on traffic, and they got out. And there they go, down the back straight. Mason McCombs. Right now, your leader, Aaron Smith in the 3rd. "25 seconds to go. Looks like we have a repeat of last week. And Justin Olds right now right behind Mason McCombs with 10 seconds to go. Mason McCombs right there, your leader with the white with the blue tape. And Justin Olds is done. Mason, keep going. Justin Olds taking the second spot. Vince taking fourth. Mike McFarland taking fifth. Aaron taking third. And there's your winner and your TQ man, Mr. Mason McCombs taking the victory. Thomas, you're done. Anthony taking sixth. And track is hot. Track is hot. And Nelson, everybody done. Mason McCombs taking the TQ and win today. Justin Olds coming in second. Aaron taking third. Followed by Vince, Mike, Anthony, Nelson, and Thomas. All right, guys, that's it for Thursday. We'll be back on Saturday. Miss Heidi's coming out there with the ribbons right now. Hi, Mel. All right, Miss Heidi's coming out there. Modified buggy, you guys are going to meet Miss Heidi out there, which will be J.R. Mitch, Paul Wynn, and Billy Easton. I don't know. J.R. Mitch took the victory. Paul Wynn took second and TQ. And Billy Easton took third. Independent stock buggy, you guys can pull them down. Brian Duncan, Eric Olds, Mike Olds, and Thomas Andre. Mike took second in independent. Or third, I'm sorry. Mike took third. Eric took second. And Mr. Hollywood taking the first. Thomas Andre got the TQ. Angry Andre. Stock buggy. Mason McCombs, Justin Olds, and Aaron Smith. Mason took the TQ and win. Justin coming in second. And Aaron taking the third. All right, guys, I'll see you Saturday.